Let's begin. Why not? Why not? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Arizona homeowners, and welcome to tonight's webinar Market Truths and Opportunities in the Greater Phoenix metro area in beautiful Arizona. It is October 1st, 2025. We are in the third quarter. We're in the final quarter of the year, and the real estate market has shifted. We've been shifting all year, and we've been shifting in some powerful ways. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, regardless of whether you're a buyer, a seller, an investor, or just curious about what is happening in our market, this session is designed to give you some clarity. I want you to think back a little bit. I don't know if you were like me, you went outside and you're like, what's that line that's forming out there? Are they giving out lemonade? Are they giving out tacos? What's happening over there? And it was a home for sale, and people would make appointments to view the home, and there were multiple people lining up. A 2:00 appointment, there were 15 people waiting at 2:00 to see the home. 3:00, there were another 15 people waiting to come through. We had a shortage of available homes for sale, and this was 2020, and this was building before then, but it was really exasperated in 2020, 2021. And a lot of buyers would say, man, where are the homes for sale? I'm ready to buy. I'm ready to make the move. Here's what I want. And you would say, well, here's two homes I could show you. Here's one home. And the pickings were slim, right? So you asked for more homes for sale at that time. And hey, you've got it, both on the resale side of existing inventory and in new home subdivisions. Asked, and it is being given to you. You asked for lower interest rates. Well, FHA and VA borrowers, I heard earlier today, interest rates with a 5 before it. Another ask, and it is given moment. And those of you who need help with closing costs to seal the deal and finally get those keys, if you're self-employed, you're looking at seller financing options, you need help buying down your interest rate, or whatever the case may be, paying those prepaid insurance, prepaid taxes before closing the loan. The average concession, sellers are giving concessions right now. The average concession sits at $10,000. Another ask, and it is given moment. The market has shifted. Tonight, we're going to talk about what that means to you, how to protect your equity as a homeowner, and how to seize opportunities that may not come again for years. Let's talk about the big picture. The Greater Phoenix metro market is, dare I say, moving out of a buyer's market and into balance. Now, that could change as more homes come on the market. October, towards the end of the year, kind of get a jump on 2026. It's possible that number could shift. But at this moment, we are in balance in a lot of cities. And after years of sharp swings from a seller's market, buyer's market, now to balance, the first blazing seller's market, then the correction, we're now seeing a place where buyers and sellers both have opportunities. Lower interest rates are lower than we were seeing earlier this year. Earlier this year, it had a 7 in front of it. And now we're seeing rates in the 5s, which means buyers have more purchasing power. Seller concessions, dare I say, they've become the norm. And in fact, over half of all transactions now close with some sort of seller concession towards the buyer's closing costs, helping to cover the buyer's closing costs. New construction builders are offering big incentives, lower interest rates, help with closing costs, rate buy downs, appliances, landscaping upgrades, all sorts of fun stuff. And existing homes are competing pretty hard, and that means buyers are winning with options. sellers are winning as well, right? Because they get their home sold. And a lot of sellers out there have equity. And so they can move on to the next stage of their life, whatever that may be. So let's talk a bit about geography, because Greater Phoenix is big, right? Some say it's as big as the state of Rhode Island. I've heard that more than one. I don't have any facts behind it, but I'll leave that up to you to look up. Inside the core of Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe, Chandler, parts of Glendale, competition is stable, right? It's solid. If homes are in good condition and the location is good, then that seller wins the race. All right, that property is sold. But in the outer lying areas, parts of Mesa, East Mesa, Buckeye, Maricopa, Casa Grande, Sun City, Surprise, Arizona City, we've tipped firmly into a buyer's market. And that means longer days of market, more negotiation power for buyers, and sellers needing to adjust their strategies. And now, remember, we are talking about single family detached housing right now. We're not talking about condos or townhomes, right? Again, it means longer days on market, more negotiating power for buyers, and sellers needing to adjust strategies. So what's the takeaway from all this? We're in the moment of real choice. If you're a homeowner, you're no longer locked into the extreme seller's market of 2020, 2021, or the stalled buyer hesitations of 2023. We're kind of in the middle, right? And that's exactly where smart opportunities live. Let's break that down a little further for you. Seller concessions, dare I say, they've become standard, all right? Let's just say they've become more commonplace. In fact, across the metro area, the average seller concession sits about $10,000. My dogs just really wanted to pipe in. All right, so please bear with me. We are live. That's money from a seller going straight towards the buyer's closing costs, towards repairs, towards interest rate buy downs. And this is critical for homeowners to understand. Even if your list price holds, expect buyers to ask for and get help with closing costs. And in many cases, if that is not what you're interested or willing to do, you are saying you want to keep your property because they have other choices. Here's the opportunity. Concessions don't necessarily lower your home's value. Instead, they grease the wheels for closing, right? For a buyer, shaving $300 off their monthly payment with an interest rate buy down is worth more than seeing your home priced $10,000 lower. For a seller, offering that concession can mean a faster, cleaner sale or a sale at all. So if you're thinking about selling, concessions are a tool, not a defeat. You can let's see, we can't talk about 2025 real estate without talking about interest rates. Yay, right? Rates spiked in recent years, freezing out many potential home buyers. But now we've seen a clear downward trend in recent months. And that's not at historic lows, not by any means, but they are low enough to reignite interest and demand and mortgage applications. Buyers who waited are back in the market, and that's fueling competition for well-located, well-maintained homes. For sellers, this is a sweet spot. When rates are high, buyers sit on the sidelines. And when rates are too low, inventory dries up, right? People decide to just, they scoop up whatever they can find. But right now, rates are just low enough to bring buyers back while inventory is still available. That balance, it gives you flexibility, especially if you're looking to sell your home and purchase your next one. This is what we call a window of opportunity. Another key truth is new construction, right? Builders across the greater Phoenix metro area, they're aggressive. They have inventory to move. They are offering incentives that we have not seen in years, paying closing costs, permanent interest rate buy downs, thousands of dollars in design center upgrades, sometimes even backyard landscaping and appliance packages. This is a direct response to competition. Builders know that potential home buyers have choices. So, what does this mean for homeowners on the resale side, those with existing homes to sell? It means that you must position your home strategically. Buyers comparing your home to a brand new build will ask, why should I choose you? The answer comes down to upgrades, location. It comes down to location, upgrades, condition, and price. If your home checks those boxes, you compete. And if it doesn't, then concessions may be your lever. Now, let's discuss one of the most exciting shifts this year. I think so, anyway, right? Let's see what you think. Have you heard about the changes to HOA laws in Arizona? Yes, that's right. The power has shifted away from homeowners associations in Arizona. For years, homeowners have felt boxed in by their HOA. Rules about flooring, paint colors, landscaping, parking, their interior remodel. But in 2025, 2024, really, and now more changes are coming down the pike in 2025. Several key laws have shifted, giving power back to the homeowner. Here are a few highlights, right? Be sure to do your own homework, but here's a few highlights for you. ARS 331221, where homeowners association cannot regulate your interior improvements. Are you tired of carpet? You want LTV flooring? You can have it. This means if you want to remodel your kitchen, update your flooring, your HOA has no authority to stop you. And this opens up real flexibility for increases in your property value. We have SB 1039, where HOA, Homeowners Association board meetings must be recorded. This means more transparency, less backroom decision making, and stronger accountability for how your dues are spent. SB 1378 protects your right to display political signs. Now, whether you agree with your neighbor's view or not, the law affirms your free expression without HOA interference. And HB 2928 expands opportunities for ADUs, those accessory dwelling units. These are the casitas, guest houses, or small rental units you can build on your property. For homeowners, this opens the door to house hacking, rental income, or maybe multi-generational living. Together, these laws signal something pretty crucial. The balance of power is shifting from HOAs back to the homeowner. Why does this matter? Why is this critical? Because it means more freedom, more potential equity growth, and more options for how you utilize your property. Now let's bring it all together for you. We're entering what could be one of the most exciting real estate opportunities of our decade. And why is that? Balanced markets reward smart decisions. You don't have to fight through 20 competing offers to buy, nor do you have to watch your home sit for a year unsold. With the right strategy, you can win on both sides. Concessions create flexibility. Sellers can move homes faster, and buyers can afford more. And lower interest rates unlock demand. Buyers who are sidelined, they're back and they're motivated, they're excited. HOA law changes empower you. Remodeling, building that ADU, that accessory dwelling unit, or simply having more say in how your property is managed builds long-term equity and freedom. The outer markets offer affordability. For buyers, Buckeye, Maricopa, Casa Grande, Arizona City, they represent entry points into homeownership with negotiating power. For sellers, these markets require sharper pricing, but still offer opportunities if your home is well kept. The message is clear. Now is the time to act with strategy. So, a bit of a recap for you here. The truths and opportunities of October 2025. Inventory is up, giving buyers more choice. Sellers must use concessions as part of their strategy. Interest rates are lower, but this window, who knows how long it will last? Not forever. New construction is competing pretty hard, and resale sellers must position wisely. HOA law changes give homeowners more power than they've had. And balanced markets, buyers markets means strategy matters more than luck. If you're a homeowner, this is your moment. Don't wait really for the next extreme market swing. Protect your equity, explore your options, and take action while the opportunity is there. Well, that's a mouthful. Well, I wanted to thank you for spending time with me tonight. My goal here is always to bring you real information about our market and the opportunities that you may not hear about anywhere else. If you'd like to know more of exactly how the trends impact you, your home, your equity, and ultimately your financial future, I invite you to book a free, no obligation consultation with me. In that meeting, I'll prepare a full home valuation, a seller net sheet, and a custom strategy tailored for your goals. Your home is more than just a place, just a property. It is, in many cases, your largest financial asset. And in a market like this, having the right strategy, it makes all the difference. Peeps, I'm Natasha Tomlinson, your Arizona realtor, and I look forward to helping you turn today's truths into tomorrow's opportunities. Have a good evening.